Farmeritaville. Today I'm back at the Magic Kingdom and I'm armed with the Genie Plus service. So for 15 bucks, hopefully we can cut down on the lines and yeah, just soak it up, ride some rides that I haven't ridden in a while and have a good day. So I don't really have a plan. Let's just jump into it and check it out. Now everybody knows about the partner statue with Walt and Mickey down at the very end of Main Street right in front of the castle, but this statue with Roy and Minnie is here right by the train station, and I'm going to start this video on a somber note. I'm going to bring you down, then I'm going to lift you back up. I think Roy should get more attention because Disney World is here because of Roy. Walt died in 1966, I believe it was. And Roy, the older brother, who, by the way, was the financier. Like, Walt had dreams, but Roy had realities. He was able to make stuff happen and achieve all the stuff Walt wanted to do. That's a pretty well-known fact. But with Disney World, Walt passed away in 1966, and it was barely an idea at that point that was being worked on. And Roy was about to go into retirement. Well, when Walt passed, Roy decided to postpone his retirement and make sure that this project happened because he knew Walt would have wanted it. And millions of people to this day are very grateful that he did. The sad part is that he put off his retirement for 5 years until October of 1971 when Disney World first opened. And then once he got that off the ground for Walt, he threw in the towel and said, this is it, I'm gonna retire. And sadly, just 2 months later in December, he passed away. So he gave up his entire retirement just to make Disney World happen. More useless information with Farmeritaville. On a happier, more upbeat note, there's all this beautiful Christmas shit all over the place. Most people seem to like that. Also, I mentioned I got Genie Plus service, so we're headed right to my first ride that I should be able to walk into, and that's gonna be...
Welcome, foolish mortals, to the Haunted Mansion. I am your host, your ghost host. Our tour begins here in this gallery, here where you see paintings of some of our guests as they appeared in their corruptible, mortal state. Kindly step all of the way in, please, and make room for everyone. Your cadaverous pallor betrays an aura of foreboding, almost as though you sense a disquieting metamorphosis. Is this haunted room actually stretching, or is it your imagination? And consider this dismaying observation. This chamber has no windows and no doors. Which offers you this chilling challenge to find a way out. Of course, there's always my way. Any volunteers? If you should decide to join us, final arrangements
Just got off the Haunted Mansion. It's too early in the day for me to give an honest review of the Genie Plus service yet, so I'm going to keep using it more and give you the rundown later. But I'll tell you what, right now would be great. Disney, use your Disney magic, Imagineering, whatever, to fix the old problem of being able to load wheelchair-bound guests on and off of omnimovers without stopping the whole ride. Riding the Haunted Mansion these days is like being in a car with someone who's learning how to drive. It starts, it stops, it starts, it stops, and then the announcements overlap with the sound recording, and it's annoying as hell. And if it's a kid's first time, they're not gonna understand what's going on. So Disney, that's my challenge to you. Figure out how to board wheelchair guests on omnimovers without stopping the whole damn omnimover. Thanks for coming to my TED Talk. The only place you can get alcohol in this park is at fancy sit-down restaurants, and even then I believe it's limited to just beer. So since that's not on my radar, I'm just gonna drink a shitload of coffee, and that's how I'm gonna handle all these people, because it's getting busy quick. I am Buzz Lightyear. I am sweating my spaceballs off in this suit. Just noticed in Tomorrowland, the snow machines up on the truss, they have the same snow machines that we have. But I don't know why their snow fluid is a nice shade of piss. I'm noticing all kinds of great little details over here in Tomorrowland, like this closed drink stand, which is a generic Coca-Cola stand and sun faded. However, they believe it's progress. Speaking of Buzz Lightyear's sweaty spaceballs, my next Genie Plus assignment is Buzz Lightyear's Space Ranger Spins. I don't even care about shooting the guns. Well, I'm holding a camera with one hand, but I can pivot the car left and right. That's more fun than shooting the laser gun to me. Oh, I hit it. Oh, it's Emperor Zurg.
I must have power.
And beyond. Mission accomplished, Space Rangers.
Well, I just got off of Buzz Lightyear's Space Ranger Spin, and I checked the Genie Plus app, and there was an opening right now for Space Mountain, so I'm going to head right over there and do Space Mountain. Right now is the appointment time. It was an additional $7, and I waited. It's busy today, and so I threw the money at it to go do it right now out of convenience. And again, at the end of the day, after I have more experience with this, I'll give you my final thoughts on everything that went down using the Genie Plus service to skip the line. I got sent down the magic back hallway for single riders. So now I'm skipping the short little line for Genie Plus people Although it looks like they're running both sides of Space Mountain, one side for regular admission, one side for the Express Pass. So that's an efficient way to do it. That would explain why this queue was so short and so empty. All right, gotta put y'all away. I don't know why I keep riding Space Mountain. That thing beats the hell out of me. It is an old roller coaster and it just knocks you around. But it's a classic, you've got to do it. Here's some more useless trivia with Farmeritaville. You may have noticed the long tunnel walkway that I took to get on and get off of that ride. So if you've never been here and you don't know, the reason that there's that long tunnel is because the show building, where the ride is actually outside park limits, like on the outer edge of the park and on the outside of the train track loop. So you got to take that tunnel to go underground under the train track, come back up in the ride building, which is on the outer limits, so to speak, of the park. And right back here behind me, you can see part of the new Tron coaster, which is still under construction and hopefully will open next year. But go watch videos of the Shanghai Tron. If that sets the standard, I'm very excited about that when it opens. I just booked my next Genie Plus and it's about 2 hours from now. I have no food reservations, so I'm a party of one. Often has its advantages like that, so I'm gonna go try to get a good restaurant, sneak into one with little to no wait. So we'll see. It may not work, it might work. I just saw the most ironic thing I've seen in the parks. A lady was holding a living human baby in her hands and then simultaneously stopped at the hand sanitizer station and was trying to rub it on. You might notice when I'm talking and walking, I'm not looking at the camera a lot because I'm trying to see where I'm going. If you think people around here can't drive, they walk the same way in big crowds. They'll just run right into your ass. They don't care. Strollers are like the senior citizens of walking traffic. Like, they go really slow. They usually have precious cargo, and mom or dad won't really dart that thing out into wild high-speed traffic. But the seniors on the speedy carts, they don't give a shit. They'll run you over. If you look closely, you can see the zipline cable coming out of the castle tower that Tink rides down for the show every night. I don't want to be Tinkerbell, but I really want to ride that zip line. That's got to be like easily 500 or more feet long from the top of the castle over into Tomorrowland. That'd just be fun to ride. Well, I was able to join the short walk-up list at the Diamond Horseshoe. I've never eaten here before, but it's family-style food, so they bring out one course at a time, all you can eat, served right at the table, and most importantly, it is one of the places in Magic Kingdom where you can get beer. So I'm gonna have to guzzle down a few of those while I'm in here, get a good buzz going before I get back out in the park. The food here is very good. However, I jumped in because, one, I've never eaten here, and two, because it had a really short standby wait. I was able to get it in about 20 minutes, so that's good. What I did not research enough or pay attention to is that it's family style servings. There's no menu, they just bring stuff out, and family style, you eat it. I'm by myself, so it's really just, hey, here's your food. And it's good food, but it's like Thanksgiving dinner type food, like turkey and dressing and potatoes and green beans and that sort of thing. And I don't hate Thanksgiving, but I have never in my entire life been a fan of Thanksgiving style food. So if you like the Thanksgiving holiday, great. I've got nothing against the Thanksgiving holiday. If you like Thanksgiving style food, great. I've got nothing against it other than that I don't like it. I just wandered in here without looking at the menu because it was accessible to me, and I got stuck with a Thanksgiving feast. Aw, shucks. Really though, the food's good. If you like home cooking, definitely check it out. I probably won't be back just because it's not my style, but there's a couple of upsides. One, I got to sit down in here in the air conditioning for a little while. Two, they serve beer, so I'm catching a buzz before I go back outside. And three, There's a stage up here, but there's no live performers. There's a player piano just playing background music, and it's at a reasonable volume. You could have conversation, hear each other talk. There's not a live show going on that's like drowning out any kind of table chatter. So it's really just, I guess, a glorified jukebox that plays background music. So that's a good thing in my book. You can still hear each other talk. My next Genie Plus reservation isn't until 2:30, so I've got about half an hour to kill, and the Tiki room right behind me has no wait, so I'm gonna go do that.
Later that way, and one day we discovered this magic sunshine pavilion. By Jove, yes, I remember just how it happened.
Right through here, dear, you do the dash.
Alright. Actually, I'm gonna leave her with it.
Yay, green.
You don't want to get wet, why not?
Splash Mountain is my next one. I'm not big on getting wet or water rides, but it's pretty warm today, and usually I don't get too wet on this one, so we'll see how it goes. I'm back over at Main Street trying to find some specialty ears for a friend and some Starbucks for myself, and the lady said, yeah, the Starbucks is right across the way, the green awning, you can't miss it. All right, great, but I can't get there. Why? Another damn parade. This could only be some kind of mobile cavalcade mini parade. I don't know what this is. I know that I feel very awkward being out here by myself recording this shit for you people. Whatever you want to call it. Here's an even bigger, better mobile shit with more girls. Yeah, families with little kids. I'm stuck here. All I want is coffee. I just want coffee. It's directly on the other side of this shit show. And I'm stuck here watching this. I've never been this close. All their makeup, they look kind of like drag queens from this close. From far away, it looks good. Don't get me wrong. Holy shit, coffee. Ah yes, more coffee, less murder. There's a campaign slogan for you. I got my coffee in hand and I have about 20 minutes to my next Genie Plus ride reservation, which is at Voyage of the Little Mermaid Under the Sea. I don't remember what it's called. It's the Little Mermaid for some reason. Actually, I'll tell you the exact reason. It's because there's a lot of cool special effects. It's like the Frozen ride. There's cool effects and stuff in there to look at, and it's sitting in the air conditioning. Despite, I mean, it's a story for like little girls, so I'm not wild about that part. Remember in my other video when I said I like Universal more than Disney? There you go. To the front of the park because it's another damn parade, and it's not even enough to block out the sun. I'm still being blinded by the sun. You're seeing the silhouette of a parade float with very Caucasian looking Aladdin and Alice in Wonderland and Mary Poppins. I like Mary Poppins, that's cool. At least I know who the hell is on this one. They're going the same way I'm going. Shit, I can't outrun them. I hate parades. I barely outran it. I got to the end of Main Street before it did. I really hate parades from the bottom of my heart. We beat the parade, or cavalcade, or whatever was happening, and we got out to the front. Now, the sun's starting to go down. It's late afternoon. We could hang around and get mobbed in a horrible pit of people and smelly tourists and kids and screaming stuff to watch fireworks. Do y'all want to do that? Would you rather hop on the monorail and see if we can find a resort bar to get a couple of cocktails at while I tell you about FastPass? Aw, I love you guys. We're always on the same page. Let's go. Oh, it's beautiful here right now. Grand Floridian looks great. The sun coming in behind it. And the lack of people. Sexy. And there's a look at the Grand Floridian lobby and tree. This is the gingerbread house to end all gingerbread houses. The figures around it are like full size, about a foot tall figurines, and there's cash registers and people inside it.
There's one right there, the blue.
And there's probably a lot of hidden Mickeys, but I'm not going to look for them. That's more of an Emerald Sport. I can feel the diabetes creeping in just from reading that.
Delicious though.
Impressive, definitely impressive. Well, I have made my way over to the beach bar here at the Grand Floridian, and I got a lovely sunrise margarita. I actually walked past multiple signs that say this pool area is for resort guests only, but as long as I'm knocking back $15 cocktails, I don't think they're going to mind. Also, it's not busy in here at all. There's empty tables all over the place. So my rundown on using Genie Plus service today. The service itself starts at $15 just to get it. You pay $15 flat per person, and that is good for the park you're in for the day. I'm not sure if it goes with you if you park hop, so it moves to the next park. I think it does, but I'd have to do more homework on it. Somebody out there, if you know, let me know in the comments. But anyway, $15 flat rate, and for the most part, at that point, it acts as the old Fast Pass service where you could make reservations for select rides. Some of the differences are, in the old days, you could book, I think, 3 at a time in advance. This one, you can only book the day of, starting at 7 a.m. So you get up at 7 a.m., you can buy it, and then you can start reserving time slots. And that's the other thing. When I first heard they were charging for Fast Pass, I was kind of for it, because at other parks you just, you know, pay and then you ride whenever you want to ride and you go. I never liked how you had a time slot at Disney and you had to bounce around. Well, that hasn't really changed. There's still time slots, so when you go to book Fast Pass for a ride, or Genie Plus Pass for a ride, Lightning Lane, so many names, it shows you the next available time slot that you can do that. So here's where the caveat comes. I rode several rides today. I only did one ride. I only did one thing today that I didn't use the pass for, and that was the Tiki Room. I did several rides. I don't remember what they all are, but right now I'm going to dub this into Kung Fu speak and tell you exactly what I did and the order in which I did it. I did the Haunted Mansion, and then Buzz Lightyear's Space Ranger Spin, followed by Space Mountain, the Enchanted Tiki Room, then Splash Mountain, and the Little Mermaid. Walked around a lot, did some shopping. Yeah, that sounds about right. Anyway, so the caveat to this is, after you book one, you can't book another one until you've used the first one. So I did Haunted Mansion first thing because I got to the park about 10 a.m. and there was a time slot from 10:15 to 11:15. So anywhere in that hour I could go. So I booked it, went straight there, walked straight in. That was great, not a problem. And so then I started looking at what's next. So the A-list stuff, the big e-ticket attractions, those fill up fast, and some of them cost money. For example, Space Mountain cost an additional $7. Snow White Seven Dwarfs Mine Train also cost additional on top of the base $15 that you pay. And those rides fill up quick. Jungle Cruise didn't cost extra, I don't think, but it was in high demand because right now it's got the Jingle Cruise holiday overlay on it, and a lot of people want to ride that. Jungle Cruise is one I really wanted to get onto today, but I couldn't because at noon, when I was looking for time slots, the next time slot was at like 7 o'clock. So I could have booked it for 7 o'clock, but then between noon and 7, I'm stuck in standby lines. I can't book any more Fast Pass lanes in that entire time period. So that almost burns the whole day. That's like the equivalent of spending 15 bucks just to cut the line once, and you still have to wait in line everywhere. So what it comes down to, really, in my opinion, is this right for you? Not necessarily is it good or is it bad in general. It's what you want to do. Time is money, and when you're coming to Disney, that's the most true statement ever. So would you rather spend more money or would you rather spend more time in line? And today it was really kind of a balance. I didn't want to spend a lot of time in line, so I didn't do some of the stuff I wanted to do, like Jungle Cruise. If you would rather stand in line or don't mind standing in long lines, you can get it all done. And if you want to, you know, have the luxury of not standing in long lines on a couple of e-ticket attractions, you may pay money just to do that one thing. Or what I did today was I wound up skipping the line on most of the stuff that I did for that one $15 charge, and it wasn't that bad. I didn't spend hardly any time waiting for anything. Space Mountain was another 7 bucks on top of the 15. So for $23 total, I did insert number of attractions I actually did here in about 5 or 6 hours. So that's not terrible, I guess, but really it's on preference, time or money. What do you want to do? The other thing is, as I've preached before, this is all big parties and families and stuff. I'm flying solo today, so it's easy for one person to spend $15 on one. If you're dad or mom or whoever paying for a family of 4, 5, 6, 7 people to do this, that's going to alter your perception of it as well. So ultimately, I honestly, I don't think it's really that much worse than the old system, but it's also really not better. It's it all comes down to a matter of preference, party size, and what your priorities are, what you want to do while you're here. Right now, what I want to do while I'm here is continue sipping this cocktail because a crying baby sat down at the table right behind the camera, and this cocktail helps. So here's another thing, people complaining Disney just keeps jacking up prices, nickel and dime us, find a way to make it more expensive, and the reality is, yes, that's true. Partially to inflation, costs of stuff rise all the time, you know, so what they have to spend to make these experiences happen, I'm sure goes up some, but more so than that is demand. Enough people want what they offer, theme parks, rides, attractions, shows, interactions, character dining, resort hotels, all of it, everything that's encompassed here at Disney World, there is a demand for, and a large demand, and the larger that demand is, the more a place can charge. And it's not necessarily highway robbery. A lot of times businesses have to raise prices just to handle attendance. We dealt with it at the haunted house last year. You know, crowds got huge. That's why you see dynamic pricing everywhere. You know, peak days cost more, and that's how they help make the crowds manageable. You know, you could imagine if you spent lots of time and energy to plan a trip somewhere, and then you got there and then you couldn't even get in. There were so many people you couldn't get in the parking lot, hypothetically. Raising prices helps to moderate that problem and also to spread people out to other slow times. And something that we've run into lately here, it seems, is that, you know, everyone asks, well, when's the best time to go? When are the slow times? And the demand is getting so big that there's getting to be less slow times. You know, I had luck. Today wasn't terrible. I don't think I saw, when I looked at the app, I think, you know, an hour was the longest wait on anything, which is not bad. When a place, especially an entertainment venue, has the kind of demand that Disney World has, you know, prices are going to be what they have to be to meet the demand and keep things running. So, you know, that's just the way it is, unfortunately. Thank you guys for watching. I hope this was fun, maybe even informative. I don't know. Either way, hit that subscribe button and turn on those notifications, because I'm going to be bringing you more crap just like this on a semi-regular basis on the Farmeritaville YouTube channel. In the meantime, go do stuff, and thanks for watching.